All right, so we officially made it to Shenandoah last night. We arrived here at 8:30 p.m. We stayed in the Loft Mountain Campground. So today, Michaela and I drove really far to buy a national park pass because we forgot to buy one before we got here, of course. So we drove to one of the entrances to buy a national park pass. It rained a little bit. It rained a little bit, so that kind of wasted some time. We made some lunch. It's supposed to rain again here pretty soon, so we just pulled over at this little amphitheater they have here for probably summer camps and stuff. But we leave here tomorrow pretty early, around 5:30. We're gonna wake up and we will be hitting the road to head to Kentucky, but we need to stop at Harbor Freight, of course. I'll have Michaela explain that. But check this out.
We are in Shenandoah National Park, Virginia.
And why do we need to stop at Harbor Freight tomorrow?
We have to stop at Harbor Freight tomorrow because our generator broke for the second time. Getting a little irritated. We heard great reviews about this Predator 2000.
And of course, it is Harbor Freight. We know that.
Yeah, we know.
But a lot of people use these things for what we're doing.
Yeah. I have a friend that does van life, and he said he just got one. He got one like literally 2 weeks after us, and I said, oh my God, heard great things. And he said same. My stepdad at work had friends that use it, and they said the same thing. So I'm getting a little irritated. The first generator, pulled it out the box, put oil in it, put gas in it, fired it up, nothing. This one fired up, first try, everything's going well. We're here in Shenandoah.
We took it down to Virginia. Maryland. Sorry, we took it to Maryland. We ran our whole system in the van.
Everything was good. Plugged in Pat's computer, the whole nine. And now we're here. We just literally need to charge our phones, and we have no service, and we have no generator. So I'm a little irritated at Harbor Freight. So we have to stop there. Extra stop tomorrow to change it out.
How far is it? You saw it on the map?
It's an hour.
So we have a Harbor Freight an hour from here. This is this little amphitheater area that I showed you guys. Only spot close to our campsite because I guess this open spot that we have service. So I'm trying to book a campground for Mammoth Cave, Kentucky tomorrow. Now the thing I was thinking about that's going to blow is we're going to drive to Harbor Freight. Hopefully that's like not too far out of the way.
No, it's on the way. Okay. You have to pass through Waynesboro.
But then we have to somehow get rid of the gas that's left over in the generator. Then put gas and oil in the new generator. Make sure it works. It'll probably work. And then hopefully it works till at night. It's going to work in the parking lot. But hopefully it works that night. If not, I don't know. So in the meantime, I'm booking a campsite for Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. That's the next spot we're going. Honestly, what we're probably going to do after this, Michaela, since it's only 5:30, is drive around for a little while. Not too long, but let our phones charge.
Yeah.
Get a little something.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And then we're back to the campsite. We really haven't even showed you guys the van. We haven't even showed the van at all. We haven't recorded much because, like we mentioned, things were finished. They were finished like by that much time. So we didn't really record a whole lot.
It was literally
technically the start of the trip was on Friday, and today is Tuesday, July 5th. It would have been Friday, July 1st. We drove to Chester County, Maryland. We were there for 3 days, and then we were here for 2. So this is kind of not well into the trip, but it's into the trip. And we need to book for tomorrow night with terrible service, but hey, that's part of it. We signed up for this, and that's cool. But the preparation wasn't as in-depth because the van was, it was riding that line. It was riding that line, but we're here. We're in Shenandoah.
And it's a little foggy today.
What's on the menu tonight?
Pizza.
The Lunchables. Heating them up. Gonna have pizza. I'm gonna have ramen. Don't know if that's a great combo. We're gonna find out. Michaela's opting for
Garlic noodles.
the Lunchables as well. And some creamy garlic shells. This is just stuff we picked up at Walmart yesterday when we thought we were right by the campground and realized we were 2 hours away, so we grabbed food for that night. Our generator doesn't work, as you guys know, so this place doesn't have electric hookup. So unfortunately, thankfully we didn't overload the fridge with stuff that needed to be refrigerated. This stuff was all at the bottom. It stayed cool because thankfully, which we'll show you guys during the tour, whenever that may be, the refrigerator is AC and DC, so when we're driving, we can actually have the refrigerator on, which is a huge bonus. So Michaela's making some gourmet pizza. I'm having some gourmet ramen, and you're having these amazing Italian homemade creamy garlic shells. Sweet. Dang, those pizzas are looking fresh. It's our second night and last night here in Shenandoah. We're getting up pretty early. What, 5:30?
I'd say so.
At least start to wake up, start to pack up and make sure we're ready to roll. Because we have about a 9-hour drive basically to Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. But we also have a stop in between there as well at Harbor Freight, as you know. So we're gonna eat, probably go down and shower, and then head to bed, and we'll catch you guys in the morning. On our way to Kentucky, we stopped off at Natural Bridge State Park in Virginia, and we ended up not going to Mammoth Cave because they didn't have any tours for the next couple of days, and we did not feel like waiting around. So we ended up in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, and it was awesome. All right, our overnight stay here at the Red River Gorge Campground has come to an end. It was hot last night. It was very hot. And it sounded really cool. There's all these crazy bugs and frogs. So for now, we're packing up, gonna make some breakfast, and we're heading to Missouri. Sullivan, Missouri?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sullivan, Missouri. So we're gonna pack up and we'll see you on the road.
We originally had a plan to stay 2 nights in Missouri, but we ended up staying for 1 night because it was so miserably hot. And we decided to pack up after 1 night in Missouri and head to Kansas. So we just hit Hillsboro, Kansas, and it was so hot in... Where were we yesterday? Missouri?
Merrimack, Missouri.
Merrimack River, Missouri.
Merrimack Cavern Campground.
Yeah, we were in the caverns. It was so hot that honestly I couldn't handle it. We did a night in the van with a fan on because we had electric hookup, so that wasn't too bad, but we just had a fan running and it was so hot.
It felt like 101.
It was so humid, like I couldn't even handle it. So I told Patrick, I was like, screw it, wherever we land tomorrow, we're staying somewhere with AC. Van's gonna take a break for the night. We need a good shower. Even though we're only a few days into it, we just need a real bed, real AC, real shower. So we found this really cool shipping container park. There's only 3 of them, but it's really cute if you want to pay.
And we had a $50 Airbnb gift card,
yeah.
So this costs basically the same as a campground would have cost us. This is the container.
It's pretty cool.
We'll show you inside once we go in there, but
and the beautiful sunset.
yeah, no, we're in Hillsboro, Kansas. I don't even know what the population is. We just came from a town called Marion, Kansas. It was a super interesting place, very beautiful, exactly what you would think of a western like town, cowboys and stuff like that. It was just super cool. But I am so tired and I have a raging headache all day, probably extremely dehydrated because of last night. So anything else you want to add before we show them inside?
For reference, I think we're a little bit northeast of Wichita.
Yeah.
So we haven't reached Wichita yet. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm
Yep.
excited to stay in a shipping container. When we were in Kentucky and we took this windy road to our campground, there was a little small shipping container, and I was like, oh my god, how cool would that be to stay in a shipping container? Like, I never would think to do that. We knew they were a thing, but I never came across the chance to stay in one. And then today just came across, and I was like, let's just stay here. So thanks, Mom, for the $50 gift card. This is where it got us, and stay tuned for the inside.
Okay, so today is the next day. As you can tell, I shaved, and we're gonna leave the tiny house here soon, the Airbnb, but this is a little walk through the shipping container. Got the bedroom, pretty sweet. Your vanity, nice little showy. The toilet's in here, pretty cool. The kitchen, and the living room. So it's pretty sweet. And then right out here, we have the good old Big Bertha. So we are just gonna be packing up and getting ready to head out. We are actually gonna be heading to Colorado today to a place called like Hasty or Hasty or something like that. It's eastern Colorado, and then we will start to get into the mountains, some nice higher elevation. I think the lens fogged up, so yeah, I'll see you guys on the road. The first week sure was hectic, a lot of driving, a lot of overnight stays in random places, but we did finally make it to Colorado, where the fun is going to start. So stay tuned for the videos out here, because we're going to be doing a lot of off-grid camping and getting into some awesome stuff.